listening to, I say you are listening to, you are absolutely listening to the George Espinlove Show, coming to you live from the Funny Farm. Now, with no further ado, here comes Georgie!
And a good Friday night to you. It's Friday. We're all happy. It's Friday. Thank you very much to all of our friends down the street, around the corner, across. Did I say around the corner? Yeah. Down the street, around the corner, across this nation, and around the world. You're listening to the George Espinlove Show, and we are as goofy as ever. Trust me. Last night we was, we started, we stopped, we started, we stopped, and then we got started. When we finally did get started, we were like 20-some minutes late. Tonight, we were approximately 1 minute and 50 seconds early. And that's wonderful because I have right now on the ticker talk 6:31. So we're here. It's Friday night. We're glad to be here. We're glad that you're here. And this is our world, and we are live from the Funny Farm. You betcha. Yes, indeedy. And here is our guest right now. Neil, is that you?
Hey, George, yep.
Yep, we're live and we're on the air.
Well, you know, I'll take the live, and I'll take the crazy week I've had, George, and you're like laughing because you said, "Oh no, here comes Neil back to the Funny Farm." When he's, you know, a kind of crazy day, but I think that if you've seen the newest pictures on Facebook, and everyone needs to friend me, Neil S. Haley on Facebook, especially the Spreaker fans all over the world that listen to the show, I will take the friend. I've been posting things because of politics. Last time we talked about politics, I promise I'm sticking to my expertise tonight, George. I'm not going to go to this crazy thing of starting my own political party called the Total Political Party. We're not getting there. We're going to go right to, specifically enough, the most important thing in this country that is being forgotten, which is education, and kind of tell you a story of basically a show that aired today on 88.3 WRCT in Pittsburgh, my Total Education Hour. It's a nationally syndicated show. I had a surrogate from the Obama administration and also Governor Romney's administration about specifically their education plans. Where to move forward, and I wanted to take this 25 minutes, maybe 27 minutes to kind of explain both of the plans to you, George, so that you understand and then let the audience decide which education plan's better. So on Tuesday, when I consider this the most historical election ever, I think that it's going to go down to the wire. It's going to be just like Bush and Gore. Yet this is not going to be decided for 2 to 3 weeks. And if it is decided before 2 to 3 weeks, I'm predicting rioting. I'm already saying this here right now, especially with what the shame that's happening in New York and New Jersey. Mm-hmm. It's awful, George. And we have lots of friends in New York and New Jersey, and also in you and your people that are near what's happened even in Delaware. And it's terrible, and it's great that you're doing your radio show, even though the tragedy that's happened. And to kind of put the focus that it was the entire Northeast when it ultimately should have been Red Cross, everybody there, but that's not for tonight's show. But I really think that we made it a bigger thing than just the areas that need to be covered, and we tried to cover every area instead. But let's go to the education plans. You ready, George?
I'm ready.
You're ready. Let's go with Mike Crosby came on. He was the president of the Pennsylvania State Education Association. He's like the guy in Pennsylvania. Well, he came on Obama, and really the first thing, George, it'll be very surprising. We went right into specifics. The first thing in his education plan that was very shocking to me was that if Obama's reelected, okay, a lot of these were promises beforehand, okay, that we heard 4 years ago in his great stump speech in Denver, Colorado. Same education plan almost. They're going to revise No Child Left Behind. Mike Crossy blames Congress for it not being reauthorized and believes that things have gone in the wrong direction, but that President Obama is going to reauthorize No Child Left Behind. So that's the first thing, which we have not heard in any of the stump speeches. Have you heard President Obama say any time about NCLB in any of his talks?
I've heard nothing.
Heard nothing. And remember, that was when we started when I first came to the Funny Farm, right?
Mm-hmm.
NCLB.
Right.
And NCLB completely. So basically, you reauthorize and No Child Left Behind, which he said the system is that the goal is that they want to go to more individualized things. And this guy is, remember, a union rep, Mike Crossy. He is literally representing all the teachers in Pennsylvania, okay? And he's looking at things that we've talked about before that I have not agreed with. But he said the first thing that we're going to do is we're not going to teach, we're going to try to eliminate the standardized test part of it. This is what President Obama, this isn't what Secretary Arnie Duncan said at all, or President Obama in his 4 years. They've been teaching to a test, right, George?
Right, right.
So this is the first promise. They're going to reauthorize No Child Left Behind, make changes to it, and make it more to the individual student and not the group, and not wait so much on standardized tests. Your thought?
If he didn't, excuse me, if he made so many promises 4 years ago and didn't keep them, what makes anyone think that he's going to make more promises now and keep those?
But the blame is, and you know what, one thing, George, I try to teach my kids, and even I try to sometimes question my family members. Don't blame anyone. Blame yourself. Take responsibility. People who blame others, 9 times out of 10, don't know how to handle things. So if we're going to continue to blame the Bush administration, and we're going to blame Congress, luckily Crossy didn't get into it, but this is very interesting, Crossy's situation, and this is something I really think I'm going to be sending this out to every radio station, or at least the bigger ones, the entire show, because we got sound bites that could get picked up by big places, because Mike Crossy said some things that were not exactly what Obama wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And that Tom Luna did some very, very interesting things. Okay, so that's one of them. And that was one of the points I made. But guess what, another one I brought out?
What's that?
Then he went out with, he started to attack Romney. Right after that, he started to attack Romney. I said, well, that Governor Romney believes that he is the right person for education based on his results, based on when he was governor of Massachusetts, they were the best. First thing he did is attack Governor Romney. He said Governor Romney did not create any of this, Mike Crossy said. So remember what we've talked about before, we've seen the attacks of political ads. You'll see why I had that wrestling suit on on my Facebook, because they basically, Crossy basically stated that basically Governor Romney did not even create what was done in Massachusetts. He didn't create what was going on in Massachusetts, George. That's the first thing. And that it was his Democratic predecessor as governor, or before, that did everything, and that what Governor Romney did once he became the governor, mm-hmm. he cut education to the core.
Now,
this is Mike Crossy saying this. We need a fact checker on that, George. So I guess if you're going through in this whole process, you'll have to fact check during the rest of your show, because you're going to have a lot to think about, I think, on this one.
Let me ask you something right there. Now, excuse me, he blamed Congress, and a lot of the Democratic Party still blames Bush, Now, when something good comes out of something, like in Massachusetts, he takes the credit away from Romney. He blames him and gives the credit back to the previous administration.
Exactly.
What I'm trying to say is this: when we talk about blame, we also need to talk about responsibility. And these birds manning up. If I blew it, stand up, say I blew it. But don't keep passing the buck. Somebody's got to be accountable. And when they say the buck stops here, then it needs to stop here. But in the next breath, they'll blame somebody else. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly, and I completely agree with you. So continuing this conversation about Mike Crosby. So basically he said that basically cut Pell Grants, cut everything in education, cut college education funding. Everything was cut to the core, kind of like what some of the governors have done across the country, which I haven't agreed with. Mm-hmm. But this is what Governor Romney did. He cut education to the core. And when we go to Tom Luna will defend all these things because I was a broadcast journalist. I went right at Luna with everything, because guess what? Neither of them had the gumption to go and debate each other. That's what I truly wanted on my show for an hour. Mm-hmm. Imagine if no one would give permission to something like that, which is absolutely asinine, in my opinion.
Right.
You can't do a town hall on education. I was trying to do a town hall education. I want you to listen to the entire thing, George. Once it airs on Blog Talk Radio, I'll send you the link. Okay. It's going to air in the UK this weekend. It's going to air everywhere. I'm going to try to make sure it gets out there as much as possible before the election, because it's worthless after Tuesday. But at least people need to know the two education plans and that they're completely radically different. And I think that that's the key thing, that basically everything that Governor Romney's going to stand for in education is what Secretary Arnie Duncan brought into the administration 4 years ago. But now we're kowtowing to unions, and we're going to make sure we get that union votes. Okay? And so we're going to see the dramatic differences between President Obama and the Pennsylvania State Education Association very, very soon, and Mike Crosby. Okay, let's continue with this interesting interview. You probably haven't heard none of interviews like that ever in education, have you?
No.
What I'm doing, and I'm basically again playing a very broadcast journalist. I could have attacked him on many facets, but I wanted to be the journalist who gave both sides of the story, then let the listeners decide whose education plan is better. Mm-hmm. Honestly, I'm going to tell you right now, what President Obama is saying is not what the person who they gave as the surrogate for me is saying, and you're already seeing that. The NCLB thing, never heard that from President Obama, right? Okay. So then I went after race to the top, okay? But before we go to that, I guess this is where it dramatically changes in so many ways, okay? So we went to the hiring of math and science teachers. I had to bring that up because my co-host, Dr. Jennifer Little, brought that up. That, again, was purely just a delight for Mike Crosby to be in the audience. Okay, just say that. Shout out to you, Dr. Jennifer. But basically, then George talked about hiring so many math and science teachers, and this is going to be a great thing, and that we need to bring this thing is to educate and train our teachers for the 21st century, and that this is going to be a great thing to hire this many math and science teachers. So far, so good, right?
Right.
You're on the great thing. Also, but then Crosby brought all these talking points at the end, and I'll bring that up because we got to give time for Tom Luna. So far, anything to digest so far. Doesn't this seem exactly what you heard 4 years ago?
It is.
He brought up math and science teachers 4 years ago. Mm-hmm. Just go to the fact check in Denver, Colorado. He brought this up. So, continue. I'm not saying on paper this looks fantastic, George. Mm-hmm. Hire more teachers. Did you hear about the smaller class sizes? That came up, and you were thinking of me during the last debate between Obama and Romney, right? Mm-hmm. When they got rid of foreign policy and started talking education.
Yep.
Who were you thinking of?
You.
And exactly. You were thinking of me. So let's continue this craziness. And on the funny farm, I at least can kind of vent on these certain situations. So we went from the math and science teachers. Okay, Then I go, and this is it. Okay, Dr. Jennifer, feed him a softball. I'm going to feed you a hardball. What is President Obama's plan for Race to the Top for the next 4 years? Is he going to continue Race to the Top, which is a copy of NCLB in many ways? Well, Crossy, who's supposed to be, remember I've said this before, Mike Crossy is supposed to be the surrogate of President Obama, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Mike said, okay, Race to the Top, he wants to continue Race to the Top. So, Mike didn't want to say anything else. So I asked Mike a question. I said, Mike, by the way, I think Race to the Top is not a very good program. It's not shown anything, and I'm not a fan of it. He comes back to me on this. Well, Neil, we're really not into Race to the Top either. We don't like that most of it's based on teacher evaluation and test scores. Why do you think I'm sending it out to the stations, okay? You got your whole party split. You have Democrats on both. That's the problem with the Democratic Party today. There's so many different people. We still have Bob Casey, the senator in Pennsylvania, who's pro-life, pro-gun, pro-coal, on the same party with radicals that want to flip everything the other direction.
Mm-hmm.
You know how they control the Senate. You know how the Democrats got the Senate and the House. Through conservatives, George. Through conservatives who are pro-life, pro-gun, pro-marriage. That's how the Democratic Party gained control of the House and Senate after Bush lost.
Mm-hmm.
So that was their angle. So you see how there's so many separations? We don't see that with the Republican Party and their surrogates. We don't see that at all. Just had to bring that up. But that's the funny thing. But it got worse, okay? After Race to the Top, and he kind of agreed, well, yeah, but the thing is we are seeing some great movements. Mike Crossy brought up he liked NCLB in certain aspects as well. Just because, again, I don't have this on paper. I'm driving in the car while doing this. Wait in the funny farm and having to pull over because I can't go home till this interview's over. If I go home, it's loud. Okay, let's continue with the process. So that's that. We go right into the last thing. Oh, charter schools. Mike, what do you think of charter schools? Well, President Obama continued to be a proponent of charter schools. Well, Mike Crossy forgets President Obama all the way and says that charter schools are an absolute travesty of justice. We should not have charter schools, and that they're for-profit organizations preying off of public schools, and we're trying to tell President Obama that he needs to cease and desist from it. Not in that words, but basically everything, and the school vouchers are absolutely a travesty. But guess what I threw at him after the first break, which I think he almost fell off the floor? He thought I was getting somebody like Robert Sweet, who really didn't know Romney's plan, saying I didn't really get a surrogate to Romney. Then at the break, I'm saying, oh, by the way, Tom Luna's coming on, the superintendent of those schools. He almost heard his mouth drop. All of the niceness completely went out of him at the break. He said, you just put top-level person in Romney's camp for education against someone from Pennsylvania. Why? Because Obama's camp only started talking to because of WRCT. Okay, let's continue. But I know you're finding that funny. But see, this is the game behind the scenes of the Phil Education Network. Okay. So we go. This was my best piece of journalism possibly. Okay, so then after that, he ripped apart vouchers, he ripped apart this. Then, in 1 minute, why should we vote for President Obama on Tuesday for education? Well, he's going to increase Pell Grants. He's going to invest in, not junior colleges, in 2-year colleges, community colleges. He's going to, hire, he's just brought up all the different things you heard all the time. He's going to make sure that early childhood education is invested, all the different things that we've never seen. Okay, so that's President Obama. Well, I will quickly tell you Tom Luna's plan and Governor Romney's plan really quickly and then go to the part that's entertaining of the story. Why am I going to? But I want to respond so far on the Democratic side. What's your thought?
Same old, same old. Same old, and talk out of both sides of heads. And if you get them off their talking points, they're it's like scrambled eggs.
Oh, it was Biden, right? I was waiting to say, are we better off 4 years ago for education? I should have said that, but I didn't, because I want people to come back to my show. When I'm big time someday, I would have said, are we better off 4 years ago in education than we were 4 years? And we're not.
That's
we're
right.
Not, no. We're not. Okay, so Tom Luna, again, probably thought he was going to get softball questions like I gave him the first time he came on. Because I had been a one-on-one interview late night, it wasn't for Total Education Hour. I could, and basically right off the bat, I said, Tom, everyone knows your plan, so let's go through the plan. First of all, the major thing for the plan for education is school choice. School choice is going to be the end-all, be-all of this program. That they're going to, school choice movement is going to be the big thing. The parents should have a choice in education.
Mm-hmm.
And he brought it up in talking points through all the tough questions that were asked. But school choice is the big thing. We're going to increase the number of charter schools. We're going to increase school vouchers. We're going to allow parents to have choice in education, which I'm a big fan of. But again, the problem is I wish we could take each plan, put them together into one pretty bow, and we'd have a much better situation, but that's not the case at all. So school choice is the big thing. Governor Romney is going to stop having bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. be involved in education. He is going to give states more power in education, and no longer will the federal government have a tremendous say in education. Governor Romney wants the states to have control making these decisions. The federal government wants to fund money in certain ways, but the decision-making is going to be left up to the local level. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite interesting. And so right now you're saying, okay, very good plan. They want to really work on better formation of teachers. They want to look at continuing race at the top. So some things that they agree with the Democratic Party, but really look at specifically effective teaching, all these different things. So, bam, what do you know so far, right, George?
Right.
You're going to say, what do you know? So far, good. It was very easy to kind of, nothing. What is your response so far what I've told you?
I was sitting here wondering when you said about Romney's plan. Did he mention anything about the testing? Are they going to eliminate that?
No, not at all. They're not. They want to allow states to make those decisions.
Okay.
And so basically one of the big fights was, again, he did such a great job in Massachusetts. We'll get to that. You'll talk about. I had hardball questions because I knew that my liberal friends would crucify me if I didn't ask the hard questions, because I truly that's where I want to bring this journalist up. I'm definitely not some of these people. I am fair and balanced, even though my belief system is absolutely that I'm very torn in certain ways. I think the professionalism of Tom Luna compared to Mike Crosby, when Crosby went over his time 4 minutes because he wouldn't stop talking, absolutely was rude and interrupted me many times. Doesn't it sound kind of familiar in certain ways?
Yeah, it does.
But he'll probably be back on my show because Dr. Jennifer loves him. But isn't it funny they never do any research about me? That's the funny thing. People come on my show having no idea what kind. So pull Tom Luna right off the bat. Well, Tom, we know your education plan. We completely understand it. We kind of talked about it on the show before. No, this is all about responding to Mike Crosby. So first question off, and he said, Neil, I really appreciate that. You're welcome. Mike, Crosby stated, first of all, that you're going to cut education to the core. Is that true? Is Governor Romney going to come in and cut education completely? He said Governor Romney will not, I repeat, cut any education funding. He talked about the sequestrian thing that basically Obama's looking to cut education funding, and Romney has no plans to cut education. He wants to make sure he works across the aisle that this funding cut that Obama's looking to cut in education will not happen. Quite interesting, eh?
Yeah.
So that's the first thing. because again, I'm running out for Luna, and it's in time for Luna. The second thing I asked him was the question about Governor Romney's mistake when, and I didn't bring this up, Crossy attacked him based on what Governor Romney said in Philadelphia is that basically class size doesn't matter. That basically, we're going to hear the whole effective teaching model really quickly, but that basically class size does not matter, and that basically it doesn't matter about class size, and told the Philadelphia teachers this, and that he says that decreasing class size will do nothing to the education system. Romney, he explained Romney's point, remember? Because Romney does put his foot in his mouth. We all know that. But all of them do. All politicians do. And I probably put my foot in my mouth, and you go back in the recording, and when I run for Congress in 10 years, they're going to grab all these different points of mine. The thing basically is this, that he said that what Governor Romney said, as he quotes it, that Governor Romney said he'd rather have a class. This is a mistake he made. He said this in Philadelphia, because Mayor Nutter, who I interviewed, the mayor of Philadelphia, I interviewed like 3 or 4 days before. He basically stated this, and what he stated was that he believes absolutely positively that he'd rather have a class of 25 kids with an effective teacher than 15 kids with an ineffective teacher. That's what Governor Romney said. Okay. I know you agree with that completely.
Yeah.
I agree with it as well.
Yep.
I'd rather have my children in a class of this. And then he pushed about effective teaching as a very, very important thing, part of the thing. So we said that he's not going to cut education funding like they've been threatening. He's not going to do this. And he talked about the school choice movement. He also talked about Governor Romney's record in Massachusetts, that he didn't really create anything. Well, he said, that doesn't matter that Governor Romney didn't create anything. When Governor Romney was governor of Massachusetts, they were number one in the country, he said. Number one in the country, okay? That Massachusetts was number one in the United States. That they had the best test scores, the best graduation rate, and basically that top-notch for the best education system. He was really into improving colleges and was working across the aisle and all the different things we heard before. So there's the talking points where Crossy came out saying that he cut education completely to the core, and he didn't do anything. It was the predecessor that did everything. Okay? That's that. He brought up school vouchers. They want to attack charter schools, different things. Dr. Jennifer Little said, but Luna was very, very good in his explanation of everything. He never attacked at all. He really mentioned a lot of great things. He really knew the education system to a T, and he talked about Governor Romney working across the aisle, and to basically, yes, they want NCLB to be authorized. He basically stated that the Democrats refused to do things, and they were not willing to compromise. So there you have it. 3 minutes left in this conversation. Response, George, to this, and I know that you're going to respond after I get off the air as well, because I know that you have a lot to digest.
What I'm really concerned about is this: whether Obama wins or Romney wins, if the Republicans don't take the majority in the Senate, it's all for naught.
Nothing's going to happen unless we see that Governor Romney is truly a wolf in sheep's clothing, which I think he is. I'm not a fan of him. I love Ryan. Paul Ryan for president, and he's running for 2016. You've never seen, and that's why I don't think Romney's going to win. I'm going to put this out there. Romney's not going to win the election. The Democrats are going to throw something huge out there one day before the election, and it's going to change things dramatically.
I think whoever wins, if the Republicans don't take the Senate and they don't keep control of the House, we're in for a world of strain. I think if Obama wins, I still think we're in for a world of strain.
There's not going to be anything that goes on. All these promises are going to be for naught unless we see a specific thing. I think that you're going to have to watch this weekend. And watch me, who's going to go out there and try to send this thing out. I'm going to edit it tonight. I really have to edit it tonight. And I have to start sending it out to Fox. And I think I need to send it out to Fox News. And maybe Fox will have me on.
You're right. You're right.
This interview. To have this, the education finally, and who's the education? Remember, they said they waited for the next hot topic. Bring me in, saying I interviewed.
Mm-hmm.
That was the top-notch group. So that's the key, George. In my opinion, is you're such a great listener. Is that the fact is, and usually, and I wanted responses from all these, but again, for 30 minutes, not enough time to rehash an hour. But last point, would you make this point basically, George, that absolutely positively either both education plans aren't as good as mine, aren't really thinking of, one thinks of the true nuclear family of a mom and a dad and involved parents, while the other thinks of an entitlement society where teachers never are challenged. Mm-hmm. And that neither of them are looking at the common core of each individual student. You agree with me? Both groups.
I do agree, but I think all they do is write this stuff down. It's like highlights. They write it down. Both sides write it down. What gets done with it is another question.
I got one more thing, George, before I have to go, and then I want your response, and I want to hear it.
Go ahead.
I was talking to somebody. I was trying to get another surrogate on for Romney, and I talked to some representative. Not going to mention him because he said it was off the record. Everything I talked to him, I'm going to say it's off the record. But he was a Tea Party person. He basically stated, and you start thinking about who it could be. He basically stated that the bureaucrats in Washington, D.C. should not be, he believes education, United States Department of Education, should not be micromanaging teachers. This is where I think the fault of the Tea Party. They have no clue about education. This is not what's happening. They're cutting special education funding. This is the hardest part, George, of going into the first ever election. This is where the funny farm thing goes to the last extent. Is I have to say sayonara, and I had a blast and look forward to next month's talk.
All right, buddy. Listen.
But I want to say one more thing, and then my website's totaltutor.net. Email me at haley@totaltutor.org. Facebook at Neil S. Haley. Got to friend me. Follow me, Total Tutor. The last thing, George, and this is the last very, very important thing, that going into this election, the true candidate I would vote for is Romney. But based on moronic Tea Partiers and moronic Republicans, I am voting for Romney. But the only reason is because of my faith. Mm-hmm. Everything else, I think they're hypocrites, and that I don't like either side. I like ideas of both of them. It's a pick and choose, which I said last time, and that's it. So thanks again, George, for letting me my piece. You really were informed by this, weren't you?
Yes, I was. And listen, you're one of the most, in fact, you are the most passionate educator that I have ever met in my entire life. And Neil, that's a good thing.
Well, thank you so much, and that's what I do. I'm passionate about education, and we'll continue, and I really want to make this a spin this whole weekend to pull this out so that people say when you're making the decision to pull the lever, or whatever it is, on Tuesday, please make education your next thing next to family values. Mm-hmm. Do not make the choice based on other things, because guess what? The economy is going to still be the economy at one point in time. But if you want a dramatic change in your entire life, education and moral values are the most important thing to keep our country going where it needs to go. So thanks again, man. Okay.
All right, Neil. Talk to you later, buddy.
All right, see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And there we are. The Total Tutor. He's a blast, isn't he? I just love him to death. And for you that don't know, Neil was at one time a professional wrestler. So when you go to his Facebook page, you'll see that he changed his profile picture to one where he was in the ring when he was a professional wrestler. So check him out. Go to Total Tutor. I always get my tongue tied. Total Tutor, totaltutor.org, and just you'll find him. He is a blast. passionate, very, very passionate. You hear me talk about people's heartbeat. You can hear this man's heartbeat because he lives it. He eats it, sleeps it, drinks it, talks it, walks it. he is education. If you want a definition of education, they should put Neil Haley's picture in the dictionary. And that is the definition of education, the total tutor. And I'm so glad he was here, aren't you? Oh, Friday night. I wished he wouldn't have had to run off so fast. I like to listen to him because he brings things across in a way that everyone can understand it. And you can hear his excitement. That's what I like. You can hear his excitement. You can hear his passion. You can hear his heart beating and all those good things. He is the personification of education. Boy, if we had more like him that was so concerned and looked at this thing with such urgency like he does, we would be a whole lot better off. You know what? I'll be right back.
Don't you forget it. Don't let regret it. We will in the sunset, and we will in the sunset. All you feel, it was never real. Now here comes the sunset, and we will in the sunset. We'll be doing it, doing it, do-do-do-do-do.
Well, what do you think of that? Doing it on a Friday night at the Funny Farm. Down the street, around the corner, across this nation, and around the world. You're listening to the George Espinlove Show, coming to you live from the Funny Farm in a place called Our World. We don't know where that is. We really don't. There's no specific mailing address. There's no mailbox. Every time I say that, I crack up. But anyhow, there isn't. There isn't. There is none. And we live here in our world, and that's good enough for us. And I always tell people, it's a whole lot safer in our world than it is out there in yours. And that's why we invite you to come with us every Monday through Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Come with us. Come through the gates of the funny farm. Many have come, but few have left. What's that, Charlie? You do. You do. Oh, well, when Charlie wants to do something, one thing I'll say for Charlie, he always asks me. And he don't really need to ask me because he's got control of the board over there. All he's got to do is hit the magic button and the slider, and off it goes. But he always asks me. And he asked me this. Can we play that song again? Because he was over there. He was just over there. He looked like he was doing an Irish jig or something. I mean, he was just beside himself. He liked it. What is it? Uh-huh. He said that's a happy song. Well, go, Charlie. Do it. You want us? Uh-huh. We ain't done that for a while, have we? All right. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it. Attaboy.
Don't you forget it. Don't let regret it. We will in the sunset, and we will in the sunset. All you feel, it was never real. Now here comes the sunset, and we will in the sunset. We'll be doing it, doing it, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Doing it, do-do-do-do-do. Doing it, do-do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. Doing it, do-do-do-do-do. Problems, no problem. Just one chance to solve them. Till here comes the sunset, and we will in the sunset. Take a bow, rest the lights go.
Come on, you that are at home,
Here comes the sunset.
tap your feet, snap your fingers, bob your head, and shake your booty. Come on.
We'll be doing it,
Doing it.
do-do-do-do-do. Doing it, doing it, do-do-do-do-do. Doing it, doing it, do-do-do-do-do. Doing it, doing it, do-do-do-do-do. Don't you go, don't you leave. You've been found by me. Don't you go, don't you leave. You've been found, you've been found, you've been found, you've been doing it, doing it, doing it.
You go, Charlie. Yeah. You should see my little man over here, or my little dog. Doing it, Charlie. Wow. Now, who wouldn't love a song like that on a Friday night, huh? I hope you had a good week. And let's remember, please remember, and say a prayer for all those that have been actually bowled over. Their whole life has been changed forever due to the hurricane. people without heat, without food, without water, without clean clothes, without a home. Let's remember them in our prayers. I mean that. Let's remember them in our prayers. And do whatever you can do to help men and women up and down this eastern seaboard from the middle Atlantic states up, excuse me, and for all those that have been affected one way or another. My heart goes out to those dear, dear people. And I hope my friend Lou Balls in Camden, New Jersey, I hope he has fared well. I hope my friend Rob Roselli up in New Jersey has fared well. I haven't heard from either one of them. And we have friends up in New York. We have friends up and down the coast. And I just trust and pray that everything is fine, everything is all right. But remember, if you're sitting in a warm house with the lights on and you just ate your dinner, please remember those that aren't as fortunate as we are right now. And let's send up some prayers. And not only prayers, but let's put some legs to our prayers. Donate what we can. Volunteer for what we can do. And so on and so forth. It has been a terrible, terrible time for those men and women. Here we are, Friday night at the Funny Farm, and I want to thank our guest one more time, the Total Tutor, Neil Haley, my friend. He's just the most lovable person that you ever run into. Big as a mountain. Maybe some night we can get him to come on here and talk about his professional wrestling days before he became an educator. But he is just as passionate about education as he was when he wrestled, and just as passionate now as he was about wrestling. So even more so. So thank you, Neil, for coming on. And you see, we're supposed to have Neil the last Friday of every month, but last month, the last Friday, which was last week, last Friday, we had a, what do we want to call it? We had a snafu. And so we scheduled it for this Friday, which is the first Friday of this month, whereas we were supposed to have them the last Friday of last month. So we had them the first Friday of this month already, and we'll have them at the end of this month on the last Friday, and then we'll be back to having them on the last Friday of every month, unless we have a snafu, and then we'll bring them on a Friday that's more convenient for him and more convenient for us, but we're always aiming to do the last Friday of every month. Did you get that?
Lately I've been hearing lots of rumors about young Junior's real identity, and someone else's wood's mixed in our wood pile, and you like to stoke the fire after I leave.
I sure had my doubts and my suspicion, 'cause Junior wasn't hard to recognize. We first brought him home to meet our neighbor. They said that baby's got the milkman's eyes.
Well, I know Junior's got the milkman's eyes, and this time I ain't believing no more lies. I'm believing you, there ain't no alibis. I know Junior's got the milkman's eyes. Well, I've got light blue eyes just like my daddy, and you got dark brown eyes just like your mom. Well, that baby's eyes are green and slightly slanted, like that milkman that comes by when I'm not home. So honey, go and get yourself a lawyer, 'cause there ain't no way that we can reconcile. Oh, Junior cries all night without his bottle, and milk's the only thing that makes him smile. Well, I know Junior's got the milkman's eyes, and this time I ain't believing no more lies. I'm leaving you, there ain't no about the milkman.
He's got the milkman's eyes. Oh boy. Try to explain that one. Hey, we got the Skype line open. It is George Espinlob. And we got Jen in there. And she asked me how I was doing. I am doing just great. If I can yeah, right. Yeah, yeah. I can't chew bubble gum and walk at the same time sometimes. You know what I'm saying? But I sure can eat raisins. I gotta hit the right button here. Yeah, right there. Oh, okay. Skype line is open. Call us. Speak to us. Say something. And wherever you're at, Jen said, awesome. Asked me how I was doing. I said, just wonderful. And then I'm doing good, Jen. I hope that is Mr. Turtle still eating the raisins, or is he still causing havoc, or just what's going on? Do you still have your raisins? Did anybody steal them other than that woman that ran through here last night? I tried to catch her, but she's too fast for me, Jen. Raisins. Everybody needs to eat their raisins. You know what I'm saying? I'm just telling you. Friday night. We never know what's going to happen around here on Friday night. You know, this is a this is most appropriate. What I'm going to do next, because since this is what we got. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. 4 days until we walk into the voting booth. This is the craziest election that I've ever seen in my entire life. I don't have a good feeling about anything. I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist. Honest, I am. My glass is never half empty. It's always half full. But this one here, it really has me concerned. And so I got to stay on the goofy side, lest I get too serious, because I might have a 19th nervous breakdown. So remember, the Skype line is open.
Greetings! I am
Greetings.
the Count. My friend Big Bird is in trouble, and it all comes down to voting, which means counting. So I've written this little Halloween song about why every vote counts. Counted off Grover.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
Then the truth is spun, and the facts get blurred, and they change the voting laws and make it harder for us to make our voices heard. They don't want nobody to vote. They don't need nobody to vote. They get what they want when nobody votes. You better get your butt out to vote. Vote!
Wow, did I just hear right?
I'll have to do something to help Big Bird.
When these guys want power, they want you to stay home in bed. Yes, and most of the names at the polls are already dead. They don't want nobody to vote. They don't need nobody to vote. They get what they want when nobody votes. You better get your butt out to vote. Your eyes can see, your mind can think just fine. Yes, but in their heads, baby, all they see is lots of dollar signs. They don't want nobody to vote. They don't need nobody to vote. They get what they want when nobody votes. So you better get your butt out to vote. Play it, Grover!
Grover is tired.
For years they've been running. Each thinks he's the best. Are they your friends, baby? Or just part of the mess? They don't want nobody to vote. They don't need nobody to vote. They get what they want when nobody votes. You better get your butt out to vote. One vote, two votes, three votes. And be sure to bring your driver's license or some other form of picture ID. There are many new voting laws that require picture ID. And no, you can't just draw them a picture when you get to the polls. Ernie tried that in 2004, and you see where that got us.
All right. All right. I was talking to Jen on Skype here, and Jen, there was a woman on your Facebook page, and you said that where was she? Where'd she go? Or she did something. She wasn't the best looking thing in the world. You know what I mean? And I mentioned to you that I saw her just run through, and you said, "Quick, get her because she stole the raisins." I went after her, but going around that last turn, I lost it, and I just last thing I remember was when I turned that corner, that there was that metal pole there that I had forgotten about. You know, the POLE, the metal pole that I had forgotten about, and well, I didn't know anything for several hours after that, but I've been looking for her all day as I rubbed the lump on my head. But you know, what can I say? Listen, the Skype line is open, George.ESPENLAUB. Just give me a call. Just give me a call. Come on in and talk. Do whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm sure glad Jen's here. Because she's way, well, she's not too far away, but she's a little bit out there. Oh, did I say that? I didn't mean that. Honest, Jen. She is just one good person, and I appreciate her for that. We want you to go to the espenblog.com, and read all about it. 4 days until Election Day, and I really don't know how this thing's going to turn out, even after the votes are cast. I really don't. I can foresee some bad things either way it goes. But we'll just cross our fingers and say our prayer and hope that this thing is done in an orderly and a civil fashion. That is my hope, and that is my prayer.
Have you ever felt such glory
Charlie, stop it over there. Oh, my goodness gracious. I had something very important I was going to tell the folks, too. Charlie, you do it to me every single time. Does it really matter? Man, this is becoming more regular all the time. Oh, that's what I want. Let me tell you who is on deck. I mean, who is coming on board on Monday. Get my little gizmo out here. The man's name is Mr. John Black, and he has written a book. And trust me, it's a good book. It is a very good book. I have read it. He sent me a copy of the book. I've read it. It is entitled, yeah, right. And I don't have it right handy with me. It's Toad Suck Something. But he's going to be here, and it's a portion of his life that he went through down there in Arkansas. And he's gonna share that with us on Monday night. I know that it'll be a real delight to sit and listen. We've had some great guests this week, haven't we? I mean, wow. Let me see. Today is the 2nd. Today is the 2nd of November, right? Last night, how about Dina Ray last night, huh? Did you like that? Yeah. Wow, if you like conspiracies and the paranormal stuff and some prophecy and all that good stuff, and she has banged out 3 novels this year. Can you believe that? I mean, man. Now that girl, she gets into things and she goes deep. She drills down real far when she does her research. But you can tell by listening to her. I learned some things last night that, wow, I don't know about anyone else, but I was thrilled with Dina Ray being here last night. I really enjoyed it. She had me sitting on the edge of my seat. Yeah, you guys too. Say what, Charlie? Yeah, Charlie said he was scared. That's what he said. He was scared. But what? Yeah. Charlie said he really loved it, and he was captivated by what Dina Ray was telling us. But he said the hair on his body. And Charlie is a short-haired wiener dog, but he said the hair on his body was standing straight up, and he was quite scared. Did you have? No, yeah, you didn't seem to have any trouble falling asleep when I looked at you. I mean, you were like upside down with your feet stuck up in the air. You were out, Jack. I mean, you were just plain out, but you were scared. But anyhow, that was one fantastic time last night we had with Dina Ray, and we want her to come back. That was last night on the 31st, which was last night was Thursday. On Wednesday, we had Dr. Bob Christensen. Remember, go to drbobscrusade.com and get involved. You can read all about it. FDA, you were wrong. He wrote a book. He wrote several books. David and Goliath. He had that 12-year battle with the U.S. government, the Food and Drug Administration, where they bullied, used all kind of extortion tactics until eventually he personally went bankrupt. He had to shut his company down that was manufacturing the medical devices that was helping so many thousands of people across this nation for so many years. So go to drbobscrusade.com and become a crusader. All you have to do is write your congressman, your senator, and let them know exactly how you feel about this whole ordeal. You can read all about it. And while you're there, pick up a copy of his book, FDA, You Were Wrong. On Tuesday night, who do we have on Tuesday night? Dave Moore. The Father's Love. My, that was a thrilling account of what happened when his 18-year-old son just up and left, and the frantic search and the agony and the torture that Dave went through along with his wife, excuse me, and his son David's friends and his stepbrothers. That was fantastic. The Father's Love. He wrote a book. It's only about 96 pages. Get a copy of it. You can get a copy at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Tate Publishing, but you can get it. And if I remember correctly, the website is thefatherslovebook.com, thefatherslovebook.com, and there you can go and read all about Dave, his ministry, and pick up a copy of the book, and so on and so forth. That was on Tuesday night. Monday night, who did we have Monday night? Oh, we had Jack Duffy and the JFK assassination. Oh man. And that was another fantastic. In fact, we always have fantastic guests. You need to email me, George C.E. at Comcast.net, and tell me what you think of our guest. I mean, we have got we've got some of the best guests on this radio show across this nation. Interesting. They'll make you think. Thought-provoking subjects. And we always tell people that it's entirely up to you. Some of the people believe some of the things. Some of the people won't believe anything, and some of the people believe everything. But whichever category you're under, you have to admit we have some fantastic guests here. Oh, my goodness gracious. Who we got next week? Let me tell you one more time. What did I tell you? Espen Love, you are a basket case. Monday night, John Black. I'll tell you what, his book is just fantastic. Tuesday night, we have, let me get it right. Who do we have Tuesday night? Let me see. Celeste Thorson, the actress. She will be here on Tuesday night. We're looking forward to that. We have guests lined up from now until the cows come home. In fact, the cows will be home, and the guests will still be coming, and we're so glad. You're listening to the George Espenlaub Show, coming to you live from the Funny Farm. Excuse me. And Jen is on the Skype line, and she's chatting with me. You can call me. Jen and I, we're what do you call that? We're writing back and forth. What do you call that stuff that we're doing?
Clamp the trigger and the hammer goes at once.
I don't know what it's called.
She swings up left.
But we're doing it anyhow.
See how easy?
That was different. Jen, she has a pet turtle. I call him Mr. Turtle. I don't really know what his name is, but he has a tendency to steal her raisins. Jen is a member of the Raisin Nation. Yes. Here's what goes on around here. Number one, we want you to become a loon, a full-fledged loon. All you have to do is come in. Just by you signing on to the radio show tells me that you're interested in becoming a full-fledged loon. So, all you have to do is show up. I'll guarantee you there's most of you, not all of you, but most of you won't want to leave. But anyhow, so you become a full-fledged loon right here at the Funny Farm. And we welcome you to the family. They come every night. We get new loons every night added to the family. The other thing we got going on is become a part of the Raisin Nation. Yes, we have people around this world that are now eating raisins that have never eaten raisins before. Charlie, you know that's true. Our friend Graham over there in Parma, Italy. He is a member of the Raisin Nation, and he recently started eating raisins. How about Harry? How about Harry in Northern Ireland? He's a big Raisin Nation fan now. Jen eats raisins, although Mr. Turtle, he steals her raisins a lot of times, and that just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, we have people far and wide that are members of the Raisin Nation, and it keeps growing. Even as we speak, there are new members coming in all the time. One of these nights, I'm going to do the Raisin Bounce, and we're going to video it, and we're going to put it up on YouTube, and we'll put it up on the blog, so everyone can learn how to do the Raisin Bounce. I'm not kidding either. if she, there I said, I was running my face and never turned the mic back on. Espinlab, you are so goofy.
Can't buy me love, love, can't buy me love. I'll buy you a diamond ring, my friend, it makes you feel alright. I'll get you anything, my friend, it makes you feel alright. I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love. I'll give you all I got to give and say you love me too. I may not have a lot to give, but what I got I'll give to you. I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Everybody tells me so, can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say you don't need no diamond ring and I'll be satisfied. Tell me that you want the kind of thing that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love. Buy me love. Everybody tells me so. Can't buy me love. No, 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 no. Say you don't need no diamond ring and I'll be satisfied. Well, tell me that you want the kind of thing that money just can't buy. I don't care too much for money, money can't buy me love, can't buy me love. Love can't buy me love. Oh.
Remind myself to turn the mic back on. I'll tell you what. Oh, lordy, lordy. My one half brain cell. That's all I have left. Honest, ladies and gentlemen. I only have one half brain cell. Due to living hard, fast, crazy, and all those other things in life. I only have one half brain cell. And sometimes I short circuit that little baby, and I mean everything goes blank and black. You know what I'm saying? Everything. That's all I can say. Everything. Oh, I love this. Come on, tap your feet, snap your fingers, bob your head, and shake your booty. Come on.
Yeah, all through history, I've been a kicking on me. Well, we got friends, they all know the score. They're out here breaking down the slaughterhouse door. Y'all been a picking on me, yeah. Y'all gonna set me free. Y'all been a whip on my back. Don't let a man do that.
Y'all like that out there? That'll make you move. Yeah. There I was again. Didn't turn the microphone on. Man, you'd think I was a rookie in this thing. You act like I never did it before. Oh, good grief, Espinal. What's wrong with you? Goes back to my one-half brain cell. It keeps shutting down. That's the reason. Come on. More. Don't sit down.
Heavenly
That's what I'm talking about. Ooh la la. I just told Jen, I said, I keep forgetting to turn my mic back on. And you act like I'm acting, I can't talk either. I'm acting like I've never done this before. But I'm telling you why. It's that 1/2 brain cell that I have left. That's why. That's what's going on. My 1/2 brain cell keeps getting short-circuited for some reason. Maybe I must have used it too much today. I must have strained my cell. You know what I'm saying? Wow. I'm looking at something here. Let's see if I can read and speak at the same time. I doubt it. Yeah. That says that over there. And then, yeah. That was, yeah. Yeah. That's what I was looking for. I found what I was looking for. Now, if I could just find what I was looking for. I lost what I was looking for. Okay, I found what I was looking for. Charlie, I'm going to slip you this piece of paper, and I want you to do this for me real quick. I'm sure that you can do this real quick faster than I can try to sit here and explain it. And I'm not doing a very good job of that. We're not doing nothing special tonight. Just sitting here lip dripping. Let me try it this way here. Let me hear it, Charlie. I guess that won't work either. But anyhow, yeah. Okay. Here, take this piece of paper. Can you do that for me? I'm glad Charlie knows what I'm talking about, because I sure don't. It's my 1/2 brain cell. It's my 1/2 brain cell. Hey, listen to me. While Charlie's doing that over there on the board, flap your ears at me when you're ready, Charlie. Go to Spreaker.com. Go to Spreaker.com. You can listen to shows on your iPhone, on your Droid system, on your tablets, on your computers, the desktop and the laptops, and the little mini dooflickies. And if you got one of them power sources that plug into your iPhone, your iPhone goes into... you can play it through your radio in your car. Some of the cars now have internet radio on it. I don't know if you know. Let me know if anybody can get Spreaker.com. But what I'm trying to tell you is go to Spreaker.com. That is Spreaker.com. That's Spreaker Network, Spreaker.com. And there are thousands, literally thousands of top-notch, top-shelf, quality radio shows on here, on the Spreaker Network. I'm glad to be part of it. And go there. I mean, you find you a category that you're interested in. I mean, if you want whatever you want, just go find it, and you'll find something on there, and then sign up and follow that radio show like people follow our show. Just follow that. I follow a whole bunch of people. And every now and then, I'll just spend a whole bunch of time just going from show to show, listening. There's some comedies, and I mean, there's just some real good stuff on here, and I want you to take advantage of it. So, don't only listen to this show, but listen to like the Johnny Storm show, or Harry's Swinging 60s, or I'm going to get myself in trouble like I always do when I start naming people off. Lou Balls, listen to his show. I mean, it's just endless. So go there. So I'm going to shut up before I get myself in real big trouble. I remember to turn the mic on this time.
I'm proud to be still alive. I said, hey, mama. Hey, 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 mama. Hey, mama. Hey, mama.
Ha! Ha! Yeah. I'm going to do one more thing here. Hang in there with me. I don't know if it's there or not, if I can spell right. I don't do the beep bop bump. I don't think. No, it wouldn't be. Okay. I got you. Okay. Wow. It has been a week. Trust me. It has been a week. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you spent time with us. Some of you have been with us every single night, and I appreciate that. Some of you can't be here at 6:30 when we go live, but I know that you tune in. Look at the numbers. I know that you tune in later on when you get a chance, or the next day, or sometimes on the weekend, I guess, because it bounces up big time on Saturday mornings usually. But anyways, I want to thank every single one of you that has been supporting us and helping us in building an audience here on Spreaker.com. I want to thank Jen for spending time with me tonight on the, what do you call that thing, in the Skype line. We didn't talk verbally. We did that typing thing. What do you call that stuff? Texting? We type back and forth, and we had a great good time. And I'm so glad that we got to chat. Can't speak for spluttering. I'm telling you, it's my 1/2 brain cell that is charred. It is just absolutely charged. What do you all think about my charred brain cell? Yeah, that's why I'm here at the Funny Farm, right? But I do. I appreciate every one of you that listens, be it live or you come back and listen to it later. Every one of the episodes is archived, so you can come back and listen to it. You can go all the way back and listen to any show that you choose, so you won't even miss a beat. I appreciate all that. We've got some great things going on. Tuesday is the election. We are thinking, if I can get the team together, I think I can. If I can get the team together, I think we're going to go Mobile on Tuesday, probably Tuesday evening, late Tuesday afternoon, and we're going to visit some polling places, and hopefully we'll get some live interviews of folks that's coming out that just voted. Naturally, we're not going to ask them who they voted for. That's nobody's business but your own. But we just want to kind of feel our way through. The other thing that we would like to do is that Black Friday thing. Thanksgiving night at midnight or Thanksgiving Day, then at midnight, everybody goes out and gets ready for that Black Friday thing and line up and make circles around stores so they can go in and get these big bargains. I have never participated in that. I have watched from a distance, and I have always thought you're goofier than a bed bug if you do that. But who am I? Who am I to say that you're goofier than a bed bug when I'm goofier than a bed bug myself? But anyways, this Black Friday, if I can get the team together, if most of them aren't going into the danger zone, if I can get the team together, get the video people to work with me, and we'll do a live Black Friday morning, night, whatever it is. It'll be dark anyhow, and we'll get some. I imagine we'll get some good, interesting interviews up and down some of these lines from different stores. We'll go from place to place. Maybe we'll just put together a whole 3 hour. I'm sure we're going to hear some things we wish we wouldn't have heard, but and we'll make video of it, and we'll just have a good time. We'll put it up on YouTube. We'll put it over there on our Espen blog. We'll just do a live show in the danger zone. So that's a couple things that we're looking at. The other thing is, after the first of the year, we want to start another show entitled Name, Rank, and Serial Number. And you all know, if you've been listening for any length of time, you all know that the military is near and dear to my heart. My heroes are the men and women that serve in our armed forces, that lay their life on the line every single day. That is the heroes. They are the genuine heroes, and they are near and dear to my heart. We want to start another show, Name, Rank, Serial Number, and honor the past veterans, honor those that are serving right now, and pay tribute to them. So we're looking forward to that. We're working on it, and after the first of the year, we're going to bounce that baby off the wall, and I know it's going to be very, very enjoyable. And we'll be talking to people from far and wide. One more thing before we go tonight. Excuse me. If you are a musical group, or you are an artist that performs by yourself, or you're a songwriter, whatever, and you want your music played, get up with me, GeorgeCE@Comcast.net. We have some great talent that's going to be our guest here in the next couple of weeks. I think. Let me look real quick, lest I say something totally wrong. Of course, I do that all the time. On the 14th of November, Nelson Trout out of New Jersey. He wrote a book, Blood on the Ceiling, and he is also a songwriter and a musician, a professional musician. He's going to be with us the night of the 14th. On the 16th, we're going to have Collie Bryce, who used to be out of New Jersey. I think he lives up in Maine right now. Songwriter, has written and produced I don't know how many songs, but he's given us permission to play his music. He's going to be with us on the 16th. We're going to be talking to him. We're going to be playing his music. So that on the 14th, we're going to have Nelson Trout. And on the 16th, we're going to have Coley Bryce. And then we've got some other folks that are performers and songwriters and so on and so forth. So if you want your music featured here on the George Espinlove Show, email me, GeorgeCE@Comcast.net. That's GeorgeCE@Comcast.net. And we will be delighted to. A lot of our music is provided to us by our friends at musicalley.com. Mevio, musicalley.com. Visit them. And we are so glad that we can play the music that they offer us. And they just keep it coming, folks. They just keep it coming. And we're delighted that we are able to work with them and they with us. So, excuse me, it's been a delightful week. It has been a tremendous week. It's been a good week. Remember, keep the folks that have not been as fortunate as we are in our prayers, donate and volunteer to do something, whatever you can do, to help. They are our brothers and our sisters, and we never need to forget that. Never. Please. It's that time. Espinal the Lip Dripper is going to sign off. Gonna ride out on this puppy. We want you to know there's a whole lot of love coming to you from the Funny Farm. There is. There really is. We love people. So email me at georgece@comcast.net. georgece@comcast.net. My many, many, many thanks to Jen for spending time with me. And she's hilarious. She is just a good person. My thanks again to Neil Haley out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Former professional wrestler. Now he is the total tutor. Really passionate about education. He's with us the last Friday of every month. But due to circumstances beyond our control, he ended up coming the first Friday of this month. He'll be back the last Friday of this month too. Don't want to get you mixed up, you know what I'm saying? Wherever you're at, whatever you're going through, the valley's deep, dark, the storm is raging, you look around and you feel so lonely, so helpless. You remember you've got a friend right here at the Funny Farm. Email me, georgece@comcast.net. If it's nighttime where you're at, have a good night. If it's daytime, if it's already tomorrow, have a good day. Until then, this is George Espinal saying good night and God bless you.